Hey folks, welcome back. This is Steve. Again, today is Thursday. The first half was recorded on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and I was going to do this yesterday, and then I got the news about the insanity down in Washington, D.C., and didn't quite have it together to do it. So here I am on Thursday, and I know everybody's probably pretty emotionally distraught, but we have to move forward. So here we go. We're going to talk about mudras, which are hand gestures that are usually used as aids in meditation, but they also have their own attributes for moving energy around in the body. And each finger from the ancient, traditions has a meaning, like the thumb for the 5 elements, fire, okay? And then the first finger, air. The middle finger, space. The ring finger, earth. The pinky finger, water. And these all correspond as well to parts of the human body, which is digestion, breath, thoughts, bones, and blood. So they have this aspect to them, as well as meditative energies that they bring to the body. So the first one I'm going to talk about is Anjuli, and everybody knows this mudra. They might not know it as a mudra, but they know what it is, and it's the prayer hands. Anjuli, prayer hands, and it's used not so much in meditation, but more of as a greeting and a salutation. Offer to someone a good day, and with a bow, probably accompanied by a bow. And also, it's used in all world religions as prayer configurations of the hands. So here's a little photo. Hopefully the camera will pick it up, a little black and white, of His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, striking the Anjuli pose. Next is another one I'm sure everyone's familiar with, Guyan. First finger touching the thumb. And fire plus air, okay, for meditation. Brings quiet, peace, to the user. And usually the legs are crossed, which I can't do that in this chair, but the legs are crossed, and then the arms are extended straight out, and that thumb and first finger are touching. And that's the meditation pose, Guyan. The next one you probably have seen as well. If anyone has ever been down to White Sands Buddhist monastery, as soon as you drive into the parking lot, there's a huge 30 by 30 foot stone Buddha sitting on a platform, lotus flower, and he's striking this next pose, dhyana pose. This is also a meditation pose. So what it is hands in the lap, right? Right hand under left, the thumbs touching. Okay. It's a meditation pose. Dhyana, deep concentration and reflection type of pose. Dhyana. Now, I'll butcher this pronunciation probably, but there's another one here called Bhumisparsha. And these are great because these actually have stories to them that go back to the time of the Buddha. The first one is also called earth touching pose. And the story goes that Buddha was meditating for his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. And here comes the tempter, Mara was his name, and like devil or like, the inquisitor. And I think all these things are actually pretty metaphorical because, basically what it is, it's the part of ourselves that brings temptation for us to do things that we probably shouldn't be doing. And so the Mara comes to the Buddha during meditation and says, what are you trying to do here? There's better things, riches, wealth, opulence. You can have palaces, gold and gems, more than you could ever need. This is what I can offer you, and you don't need to go any further with this. Of course, the Buddha stays steady. And next offering is, we have women and, sex. And, that's, you can have as much of that as you want. You can have harems and, why bother to be sitting here meditating and when you can be having fun, And the Buddha held firm in his meditation. And then the Mara pulls out the ace card, challenges the ego and says, well, who do you think you are, that you deserve to be enlightened, Who are you, And the Buddha takes his left hand resting in his lap, and he moves his right hand down and he touches the earth. And he says, the earth shall be my witness. I will not be seduced. So it's called the earth touching pose. And you see it all over the Buddhist world. And the Buddha sitting on a platform, lotus flower touching the earth. Now, another one that's kind of similar, I don't know if I can pronounce this, Abhaya. And it's a mudra for peace and fearlessness. So the story behind this mudra is that the Buddha, after his enlightenment, is teaching, traveling around India, and he's teaching. And he's in a village, and there's his adherents are around him, and he's talking, he's teaching. But one of the villagers, who happens to own an elephant, is jealous of the Buddha or doesn't like him for some reason. And he has this elephant that's mistreated and miserable animal, and he gives it alcohol, and he's going to get the Buddha, So he gives the elephant alcohol and sends him, charging full speed at the Buddha to try and, kill him. And when the elephant is charging at them, all the adherents run away, right? But the Buddha stays. And when the elephant gets close, Buddha puts up his right hand and just holds it like that. And the animal stops dead in its tracks. And not only that, but as the story goes, the elephant bows down, kneels down in front of the Buddha. And the atrocity is averted. So this is a mudra that we want to have for fearlessness. We're unafraid, and it also kind of says that I am coming in peace. I am free of weapons, and I come to you in peace. And you will see this in in the Buddhist art world as well. Lastly, and this is a combination of mantra and mudra. It's really a personal favor, and it's worth giving a try if you're stressed out, or you're having trouble getting to sleep, or just general uneasiness. And it's called Satanada. Satanada. And Sa is infinity. Ta is birth. Na means death. And Ma means rebirth. So it's infinity, birth, death, rebirth, infinity, birth, death, rebirth. Now I realize not everyone is a believer in reincarnation, but if you're not a believer in reincarnation, you might think of this as like, well, every morning when you wake up is a kind of a reincarnation to a new day, So Satanada, you touch the fingers as you say the words. Sa, ta, na, da. Sa, ta, na, da. Sa, ta, na, da. Then what you might do is bring it down a little bit. Sa, ta, softer. Sa, ta, na, da. And then you might go silent, and your fingers are still touching, but you're just thinking it. And you might start to bring it back up again. Sa, ta, na, da. Sa, ta, na, da. Infinity, birth, death, rebirth. Infinity, birth, death, rebirth. Sa, ta, na, da. Sa, ta, na, da. Sa, ta, na, da. Now I swear, it starts to bring a little quietness into the mind, stillness, and we're all trying to find the best interbeing of truth of who we are, and all of these practices really help us in that direction. Leave the worldly things where they are for now and just come into yourself. Sa, ta, na, da. Anyway, that's it. As they say in the cartoons, that's all, folks. I did want to say many thanks to you for joining me in this little adventure into mantras and mudras. And as an epilogue here, I'd like to say I'm looking out at our empty church here, and I know that the day will come, and not too far distant future, when we're all back in here together and working on spirituality together, and hugging and shaking hands and drinking coffee and exploring religions. And I just know that it's going to be soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing everyone again. Miss you. Namaste.